The season is over, guys. This season is officially over. Obviously, the Club World Cup is still to be played, but Bayern season is done. All 34 games in the Bundesliga done. Obviously, we're out of the Champions League. Obviously, we're not in the Pokal final. I'm here to talk about still, although we only leave this season with a Bundesliga title, I'm here to tell you why I am impressed with the season. Why I am leaving this season with way more positivity than last season. You guys just rewind a year ago and my conversations about the club and where we were at with Tuchel, 0 trophies, 3rd place in the Bundesliga. 1 year later, things are a lot more positive, and I'm here to tell you why I'm impressed with this season that we have had with company as the coach, with the squad, everything that went down. There's 3 main reasons we're going to go through today, and a little bit of sub reasons, some other talking points behind every single reason I give you today. Obviously, we're going to have my beautiful world-class professional Google Slides in action today, but without further ado, I won't waste your time. Let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. Hopefully, I pull up the right. Yeah, here we are. The first reason, our coach, Mr. Vincent Kompany, of African descent, even maybe you could say spin it like that, to ever win the Bundesliga on his first try. By the way, after the horrible season we had last year. By the way, might I say that? So, congrats, Vincent Company. Remember, guys, it's not Vincent. I grew up my whole life calling him Vincent. He comes to our club day one. Remember, just 9 months ago, 10 months ago, he said it's not Vincent, you guys. It's Vincent. It's Vincent Company. And after the season, he deserves that. Vincent Company. Silence the doubters. Now, what was the conversation coming into the season? What was the conversation? Oh, he got Burnley relegated. Oh, he's a Premier League relegated manager. What are Bayern doing? This is the start of their banter era. This and that. Uh, he's just another one of these fake Pep disciples, former Pep players that take a stab at management. He has barely any experience. And again, going back on that, harping on that point of he got Burnley relegated. I understand. I understand, right? I understood the talking points. You guys, sometimes you have to understand the other side of the conversation to really grasp where you're at. And I understood that. But what people did not realize is, sure, he got Burnley relegated, but what style was he trying to play with Burnley with zero financial backing in the Premier League? He tried to get Burnley, the club that introduced us to the infamous Sean Dyche. He was trying to get that club to play an attacking style of football, attacking brand of football in the Premier League. So I knew that company was going to come to Bayern and he was instantly going to improve our style of play. He was instantly going to make watching Bayern fun again, make it entertaining again, compared to the horrors, you guys, the hostage situation that a lot of us Bayern fans were in watching a Thomas Tuchel Bayern team. So he came in and people said, sure, we understand he can play attacking style of football, but he's 1-0. He has no experience. He has this and that. He's not going to win the Bundesliga. Xabi Alonso is going to outclass him. In the Champions League, he will get outclassed by higher level managers. And in the league, at least, he proved a lot of people wrong. He won us the league playing an attacking brand of football amongst a slew of injuries in the last 3-4 months of the season. He still delivered the league title. You guys, we got a lot of injuries in March, and we still had most of March, all of April, all of May to play to at least secure the Bundesliga title. Obviously, we were still in the Champions League when that happened. So he brought an attacking brand of football. He won the Bundesliga when a lot of people thought he wasn't going to be good enough. A lot of people said he would be sacked by winter. And a lot of people said he wouldn't prove anything in the Champions League. He would get outdone, outclassed. Now, I will tell you this. The league, impressive. I'm impressed with what he did in the league. In the Champions League, let's keep it real, guys. In the beginning, a lot of the doubters were right. Against Barcelona, 4-1. Although I still maintain that 4-1 against Barcelona was flattering, but at the end of the day, the most important stat in football showed that the game ended 4-1, and that is the scoreline. 4-1 to Barcelona. losing away from home to at Villa Park, getting outclassed by Emery, right? People were right in the beginning. But what did Company do this season? Why am I impressed with the season? Outside of the football, outside of the massive improvement from last year, it's his growth as a manager. It's his growth as a manager. You saw throughout the season improvement with Company. Nailing the starting 11, getting substitutions right, managing games better. You saw an improvement. And yes, eventually, there was also the 3-0 to Feyenoord. That was that away game to Feyenoord at the end of the league phase. That was embarrassing. But I felt at that point of the season, that was an anomaly. I felt after the Aston Villa game, from the Aston Villa game onward, when we had like 5, 6, like 9, 8 clean sheets in a row, whatever it was, you saw improvements. Company adjusted. And sure, that Feyenoord game happened, but that was an anomaly. Trust me, that was an anomaly, because what did we see in the round of 16 of the Champions League? We saw him take down Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso, this team that he was supposed to not beat this season, a manager who he was not supposed to be near in terms of level this season, in terms of tactics this season, in terms of his understanding of the game as a manager. He 5-0'd Leverkusen over 2 legs. And do not remember, a lot of analysts, a lot of people, all these tacticals and football brains on YouTube said Leverkusen would beat Bayern. I'm sure you guys, I watched it all. 95% of this platform said Leverkusen will go in with ease even. They even said it would be easy. Company backs it up with 5-0 aggregate scoreline. And we get to that quarterfinal. Now, yes, Bayern got knocked out to Inter. They lost the first game at home and tied the second game in Milan, in the San Siro. But you cannot tell me, as Bayern, any Bayern fan, any neutral that watched those games, you cannot tell me that Company was at any fault in those 2 games. At any fault. The players let him down against probably a lot of people are considering right now the best coach along with Hansi Flick in the world, Simone Inzaghi, this defensive masterclass coach. He almost beat them with the injuries he had, missing Upamecano, his best center back, missing Alphonso Davies, his best left back, missing Jamal Musiala, his best overall attacker, missing Hiroki Ito, a backup center back. You guys, with those injuries, he still took Simone Inzaghi to his limit. And you guys, after watching Inter Milan versus Barcelona, you could probably make the argument that Vincent Kompany coached 2 legs against Simone Inzaghi better than Hansi Flick did. You can make that argument. So for me, Vincent Kompany showed that he is good enough for the club. He showed that he's bringing the brand of football that we need to play as a football club. And he's bringing mentality because, bro, I have never seen, at my time as a Bayern fan, the last game of the season, I have never seen in the press conference in the last game of the season, a Bayern coach, a Bayern manager, not have any questions asked of him. Vincent Kompany dropped a 4-piece against Hoffenheim in the last game of the season, just this past weekend, right? He dropped that 4-piece. He showed up to the press conference. Not a single reporter, not a single person had a question for him because everyone understood, bro, you did your thing. Bro, you did your thing. You proved us wrong. You're here to stay. And I think he's building something really nice here at Bayern. I know a lot of people still don't think he's good enough. I personally don't agree with that section of the fan base because I see massive improvements. I see a lot of potential here. Vincent Kompany silenced a lot of doubters, and he made me a believer this season. So very impressed with Kompany. That is my first reason. The second reason why I'm impressed, why I'm so positive about the season, we found a freaking superstar, guys. We found a superstar and we got him on an absolute bargain. His release clause was what, 45 million, 50 million? We found an absolute superstar. We found one of the best wingers in the world, Michael Olise. Take a bow, man. Player of the season for Bayern. Player of the season for Bayern. Bundesliga player of the season. Bundesliga rookie of the season. What was it? What did he end the season on? 13 goals and 15 assists in his debut season. He already has outdone Leroy Sané. He has already outdone Leroy Sané. He has already outdone Kingsley Coman. Now, Serge Gnabry had an insane, the season we won the Champions League. Olise's season was not better than that. But outside of that, overall, he has been a better player than anything Serge Gnabry has done the last 4 years for this football club. He statistically has outdone Ribery's and Robin's best seasons at Bayern already in his first season. Bro, we have found an absolute superstar in Michael Olise, and we got him for a bargain. The creativity he brings on the right side. He's not just a left-footed merchant, although he likes to play with his left foot so much, cut in, shoot, cross. He has given some great assists this season with his right foot as well. He takes players on. He's not afraid. He is so technically sound. He is a good finisher and an even better playmaker. We have found an absolute gem. And you guys, if we're being honest, if we're taking from the start of the season to the end of the season, if I have to rank the best right wingers in the world, I'm putting Lamine Yamal first, I'm putting Michael Olise second, and then Mo Salah, that bum who has done nothing since January, can go straight into third place. I'm putting Michael Olise will be a top 10 Ballon d'Or candidate this year. I mean, amazing. Signing of the summer across Europe as well. What a player, what a superstar. We have a lot to be optimistic as for with Michael Olise as Bayern fans, guys. We have found a gem. We have Musiala and through the middle. We have Michael Olise on the right. And if we get Wirtz, who will come into the 10, and Musiala will go on to the left, we will have one of the best front threes, front fours, probably the best front four. The best front four in Europe. Absolutely. With Michael Olise, we have seen what a consistent winger with amazing output looks like. We have not seen what a consistent winger with amazing output has looked like. We have not seen that at this club since 2020, since Serge Gnabry was at his peak. And before that, Robin and Ribery. We have not seen this for 5 years. So to finally show the Bayern fan base what a proper, competent winger looks like, I'm positive. I'm happy. And we got this guy on how many years? I don't see Michael Olise staying at Bayern his whole career. Personally, I could see him leaving after his first contract or maybe signing a contract extension and leaving in 5-6 years' time. But bro, we are set for the next 4 or 5 years with Michael Olise, with Jamal Musiala, which we'll get to in a second. We have found a superstar. He is up there with Lamine Yamal and Mohamed Salah. He is up there. He's world class. We signed a world class player. We signed a world class player and probably the best French player. This season, he has been the best French player. He has. I'm sorry, Mr. Mbappe, with your 40 goals in all comps. Performance-wise, output-wise, we signed the best French player, and we have the best French player in Michael Olise. So we have a lot to be positive about. His performance this season was amazing. He took this team to a new level in the attack. What a player, man. What a freaking player. Especially in the second half of the season where we had the injuries and we needed people to step up, this guy stepped up as if there was no issue with it. As if he's done this 100 times in the past, as if he's a 28-year-old in his prime. He stepped up. Michael Olise. Black excellence at this club, bro. Black excellence at this club. Michael Olise, fantastic player. Another one of my main reasons why I'm impressed with this season and happy about the future going forward. My last main reason why I'm impressed with the season, and this kind of relates back to company. Some key players improved, and the three players on the screen mainly have improved. And these are 3 massive players for us. Jamal Musiala, Dayo Upamecano, Alphonso Davies, all massively improved this season. Starting with Jamal Musiala. Again, I think I said this in another video. Go back and watch Musiala highlights from the previous 3 seasons, and now go watch Musiala highlights from this season. His output better, his finishing better, his control of the ball, his control of what he's doing on the field better, more controlled, more physical. Excellent. Musiala took amazing strides this season, and I don't think a lot of people realize. Musiala was amazing this season up until his injury. And for the first half of the season, when Michael Olise was still getting settled in, when Harry Kane was on and off, when the 3 Stooges were out there doing their thing, Musiala carried this attack for 4 or 5 months. For 4 or 5 months, Jamal Musiala carried this attack, and he looked to be more of a leader on the field. He looked to want to take on more responsibility. He looked more mature with his play, eliminating the mistakes in his game. And to top it all off, he has improved leaps and bounds with his defensive abilities. He already had defensive ability before, but this season, his willingness to drop back in midfield, intercept the ball, get the ball back, excellent. Jamal Musiala, bro, he took big leaps this season. I don't think a lot of people realize. Upamecano, in my opinion, performance-wise, when taking into account what you're tasked with, the high line you play in, the style of play and team you play in, Upamecano this season, top 3 center back in the world for me. Absolutely top 3 center back in the world for me. This season, he showed that he could be a leader in the back. This season, he eliminated mistakes out of this game. This season, he became even more of a physical monster, even better at stopping counterattacks, even better at taking players out of the game 1v1 with the striker, high line, winning that challenge, winning that first ball to destroy any counterattack any team could play against Bayern. He excelled. He excelled in those phases of the game this year. He got better at them. He became more consistent. I really loved what I saw from Dayot Upamecano this season, and credit to company for improving these players, giving them the system, giving them the environment to improve this much, to grow into leaders, to tackle the challenges ahead of us head on. I was really impressed with Upamecano this season. It's a shame he got that injury. It is a shame, because I think he would have boosted our chances against Inter. I know it. He would have boosted our chances big time against Inter, but it is what it is. I think a lot of people noticed this season, outside of Bayern, when he plays with the French national team, when people watch France play, people realize this season that, hold on, Upamecano is the best French center back. It's not a coincidence that France can only keep clean sheets when Upamecano is on the field. I think a lot of people realize that. I think Upamecano's stocks rose a lot this season, and I'm really excited after he returns from his knee injury, what he's going to do next season, what he's going to more improvements, more of a leader, and hopefully he stays injury-free all season to see what he can do in the later stages of the Champions League. I'm excited. And then finally, Alphonso Davies. I did not expect the massive improvements that I saw from Alphonso Davies this year. And it's not necessarily his output in the attack, how well he does going forward. What I saw from Alphonso Davies this year, the improvement I saw from Alphonso Davies this year, 2 main things. Leadership, along with Upamecano. Him and Upamecano were big leaders in the back. Along with, the key goal he scored against Celtic. He scored another, one or two other key goals this season in important moments. Regardless of that, his leadership, his willingness to fight for the badge, his willingness to be an example on the field. Alphonso Davies grew into a leader this season. I saw that. But most importantly, what I saw from Alphonso Davies this season was a massive improvement in his defending, in his 1v1 ability. This season, he was not just relying on his pace to recover off mistakes, his pace to recover off being out of position. This season, Alphonso Davies was more, his positioning this season. He wasn't caught out as much this season. Defensively, 1v1, his tackling, standing players up, not diving in, not getting beat, stopping crosses from getting in, watching the back post, not getting caught off guard, not getting caught while watching. There was a lot of maturity again, like Jamal Musiala this season, in Alphonso Davies' game. He improved massively as a defender. And again, it's unfortunate he had to get the ACL injury playing for Canada, and we're not going to see Alphonso Davies play until November this season, November of this year, until 2-3 months into next season. We're not going to see Alphonso Davies. So I hope he recovers well. I don't want to rush him back because he made great strides as a defender this season for Bayern. And, like I mentioned earlier, his attacking output, the key goal against Celtic, he was great this season. And these are the key players improved. There are other players improved in this team. Other players improved. Konrad Laimer, when given the game time and given the responsibility, massively improved this season. Massively improved this season as well. Bringing in a second division goalie, Jonas Urbig, improved game after game after game. So I'm impressed with the season because we saw a lot of improvement with a lot of our key players. And that's thanks to the players having the mentality to do so. And it circles back to company and why I'm impressed with company, him coaching these players and giving them the environment and tools to be able to succeed and grow and become more mature players and more reliable players. So, those are my three reasons. A lot key players improved. We found a superstar, and we have a manager who silenced a lot of doubters and made me into a full believer. And I have full trust in company next season. I have big expectations for him. And we'll get to that. We'll get to our expectations of the season after we get to the summer window. Now we have a summer window. We can replenish this team. We can bring signings in to make them better, to support company more. And I think if you're a Bayern fan, taking into account what we went through last season, the trash Thomas Tuchel subjected us to. 1 year later, seeing where we're at now, we're in an immensely better spot. A lot more positivity surrounding the club, a lot more positivity surrounding the key players in this team. The squad still needs some building. Will we get Verts? I don't know. Will Jonathan Tah come in? I don't know. We still need to bring in, well, first of all, we need to sell some big players, some guys on high wages, but we also need to bring in 2 or 3 players as well, a center back. We brought in Tom Bischoff, a midfielder. We need to bring in a winger. We need to bring in a backup striker. So there's work to do this summer, and we have the money to spend. So I'm impressed with the season, and I'm excited for what's coming. You guys, it's been your boy Hokage Puya. That's all I really want to talk about. And yeah, Mia san Mia. I'll see you guys in the next one. Like, subscribe. Peace.